everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today I am going to try and make some socks on my new Centro yarn knitter machine. So I've used this machine a few times and I have found that certain yarns don't work in it. So I use my 4-ply worsted weight Burnett yarn where I get the big balls of them, and I find that yarn is just a bit too thick. But if I go down to the same kind of yarn but just in a smaller ball, for some reason the thickness goes through my machine just fine. So I'm going to try even another brand, and this is the Drops Fiesta print. It's a superwash treated sock yarn, but it is a 4-ply. Let me see, where is it? See, it's a 4, where does it say that it's a 4-ply? It doesn't say it's a 4-ply, but you use your 4mm knitting needles with it, and I'm going to use it with this machine. So the sock yarn is wool and polyamide. Now I'm told that the reason you go with the polyamide is it makes it not go wholly as quick. The only glitch is this small ball of yarn, which is how many grams? It is 50-gram ball. It was like $7 per ball, and if I'm correct, one ball will make one sock. We'll see if it actually works that way. But if one ball makes one sock, then I could never sell these because I'd have to sell the socks for like $75 a pair. And we know that's not going to happen. So that's why this is the kind of project you make for yourself. So I'm going to teach you how. And we're going to start that in just a moment. Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today we are going to try my 22 needle knitting machine. This is a circular knitting machine. I haven't used this much, but we're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a go together. So to thread it, you're going to go around the first needle, skip the next, go around, skip, go around, skip, go around the front, 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 skip. Okay, so we're on a skip. Then we're going to go around the front, skip, around the front, skip, around the front, skip, around the front, skip, until you're back at your starting one. Then you put it through here. Whoops, missed it. This was a skip. Okay, so then we're going to put it through here. So see, it's going through this little thing, and we're going to put it through our tension. This is the keeps the tension for your thing. Now I put it on so that I can do this counterclockwise, and we're just going to start doing this. Now I'm going to make mine about 16 inches long. So I'm not going to make you watch me turn a crank for 16 inches. I will put it to fast speed and then you can watch. Okay, so I've got quite a bit done, and it really took me next to no time. And I have to say, it knits up like a dream. So see, this is what we've got. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my measuring tape. I want 16 inches. So I'm going to drop it down the middle. And if anyone has an easier way of measuring their garment, please let me know. Okay. So I drop it down the middle until I get the end of my... Then I'm going to hold the measuring tape right up to the teeth. You see how I've got that there? Right up to the teeth. And then I'm going to hold down this. And I'm going to see, I have 14 inches and I want 16. So I have 2 more inches to go. So meet me back and we'll see when I get 2 more inches. Okay, so I am measuring again. So I'm holding my tape measure right up here. Okay. And I'm letting it fall through the sock. And if you see here, you want to get it nice and pulled out. See, I'm at 16 inches now. So how did I get to 16 inches? And let me tell you. So you see here, can you see right there? There's a black needle that comes up. So I counted for it to go by 8 times because I wanted 2 inches. I would count for it to go back or to go past 4 times to get 1 inch. That's not perfect all the time, but that's kind of how I get an idea, a feel for it, okay? So, you guys, you know, I thought I was going to use a whole ball, but look, I still have this much of the ball. So I might be able to get a pair of socks out of a ball, which means I can stay at my regular pricing up or down maybe $5 or stuff. So instead of charging people $20, I might be able to charge them just $25 a pair. Anyway, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around this twice with my working yarn, and then I will cut it. Okay. So I'm just going to take it out of my little, this is to keep your tension consistent, and I'm just going to wrap it around here. Actually, even just once is fine, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the yarn aside, and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab 2 scrap lengths of yarn, about 6 inches. And then we will take this off the needles and do up the toes, okay? So go get 2 scrap pieces of yarn about 6 inches and meet me back. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this off here. Okay, and we're just going to tuck that in the middle. Okay. Now we're going to take one of our scrap pieces of yarn. Roughly 6 inches. It can be longer. You're going to thread your needle. And now what you're going to do is you want to pick up the loops after your working yarn. So your working yarn is coming off this one. So you're going to want to pick up the next one right after it, and we're picking up 11 stitches, okay? So you're putting them on this and you're popping them off the thing. Okay, so you're going to move to the next one. So see how the needle is down, and then we're going to pop it off. So I've got 2 now. And then keep turning, and you're turning the same direction you were turning to do your knitting. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you want to do 11. And 11. Okay, now you're going to take both ends of this and you're just going to tie them in a loose knot, but so that none of them fall off, okay? Now you're going to put on your other length of scrap yarn. Okay. And again, you're just going to start cranking the same way you did. Now this one, we want it to go, it's being difficult. Okay. It's being difficult. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of snagged on the needle. We want to go from the same direction. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we got it off. Now you're always going in the same direction, okay? So then we're picking up. This will be 2, 2, 3, and 4. 5 and 6. 7 and 8. 9, 10. And the last one is your black one, which is 11, okay? So now take this, and you're just going to tie it so you don't drop any stitches. Very loose knot, okay? Now we're going to take the machine out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to change our camera position. Now, you're going to your working yarn, which should be on the inside. So see here, my working yarn is right here. Whoops, see what I did? I pulled it through. We don't want to do that. I want my working yarn. I want to take my working yarn and put it on my needle. Now what we're going to do is called the Kitchener stitch. And the reason I'm telling you the name of this stitch for this toe is because if you need to see it done by someone else, because the way I do it isn't very clear, then you can go look it up. So I'm taking my working yarn, I'm going through this stitch that it's coming out of. I'm making this loop, see here. I'm going to go through the loop once. I'm going to go through the loop twice. And I'm going to pull this tight. And that just made a knot so that we're not going to lose that stitch, okay? Now we're going to pull this yarn so that the stitches are closer together. Pull this yarn so the stitches are closer together. So now we're going to go through this one on this side and go through the first one on that side. Just the loop. Then, whoops, see, I already did that wrong. First loop. So this one on this side, and this one on this side, and then this one on this side, and this one on this side. This is why you use a different color yarn, because it makes it so you can see the stitches really easy. And this will give you a flat toe. I prefer a flat toe because I find some people, they do just a gathered toe, so it goes just in a circle. And I find that makes my toes feel scrunched together, and I don't like that. However, it gives you the ability to turn your sock every which way so that you can prolong the life of your socks. But like I said, it irritates me too much with it's squishing my toes together, so I don't do that. I'm doing what I prefer. If you want to try just gathering them all in a circle, then you can try that. I may do a video for that one day. Put in the comments if you'd like to see the video of just the circular toe instead of the flat toe. Okay, so I'm on the last stitch. So I've picked up all the stitches on both sides of my yarn. I'm going to pull my working yarn through. Now I'm going back to those loose knots, and I'm just going to undo them and pull this yarn out. And I'm going to undo this one. Undo this one. And pull the yarn out. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to gather the toes. So now you see what I'm saying? Instead of being in a circle like this, you have a nice flat toe. And I'm going to do like we did in the beginning on my last stitch here. I'm going to go through it again from the opposite direction and make a loop. I'll go through the loop once. I go through the loop twice. Okay, you want to make sure your toe is as tight as you want it. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this tight. Come on. Oh. If it didn't work, just pull it out and pull it tight. Because I'm doing this on camera, it has to be a curmudgeon. Okay, there we go. Pull it tight, and now you're going to take that and put it inside the sock, and we're going to turn our sock inside out. Find that needle. There we go. So see, the knot came right to the inside. And then I just go through all my stitches again. And I go through a few. And then I go back to one. And then I go through a few. And then I go back one. And I go through. Come on now. I go through a few. And I go back one. And then through a few. And then back one. Through a few. Back one. All the way to the end. Okay. And then if you want, you can put another knot here. Go through the loop. Make a new loop. Go through the loop once. Go through the loop twice. Pull tight. And there you go, my friends. You never cut where you knot, so I usually go through a few more stitches. And then I hold my material just like I did there to not distort my stitches. And then I go through a few more, back stitch, and that's when you go through the one before you go forward. And then I'll give it a little snip here. Sorry, I'm working around a camera. Give it a snip here. Okay, then we go to the top of our sock. Take that end. There we go. And we are going to put it on our needle. Now, if you pull this tight, it's going to tighten up. So you don't want to do that because you want it nice and thick so you can get your foot in there easy. So, or not thick, but nice and loose. So I'm going to make a loop, go through my loop once, go through it twice, holding my material so I don't distort my stitches. I'm going to give it a tug. Okay, and I still got lots of stretch here, right? And now I'm just going to go through a few stitches because you never cut where you're not. Go through, stitch, go through a few more stitches, and go back around, and then go through, around again. We're just putting this through so that it doesn't, you don't cut where you're not, okay? You can go for as long as you want. I'm good with this. And then we turn it inside in. Move everything out of the way. And there, my friends, is your tube sock. Isn't it great? I love it. And it took me less than half an hour to make. So, and see, this is the flat toe. So you're not getting all that bunching from the gathering. And you've got a nice loose top so you can fit it around your calf. I have very small feet, so I only do 16 inches. You can just keep going as long as you want. I don't want them too long because I don't like really long socks. It kind of annoys me. So this is what I do for me. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. Check the description. I put all kinds of goodies in my description. And tell me if you like this kind of video. I'll show you some different things I make on my new knitting machine. Have a great day. Bye now.